Hello folks. So in this video I'm going to talk about categorical variables and how to encode those kind of variables, that is converting variables with the values in string or text form to numeric values, as well as how to basically do one hot encoding and what exactly the one hot encoding is. Okay. So, folks, this is Nitin, who is determined to democratize the artificial intelligence, big data, Hadoop, and cloud computing to the world. And with this aim, I will be creating associated content and going to publish it periodically, and as well as making it available for you time and again. So you can subscribe to my channel to get the latest updates regarding these hottest technologies of 21st century. So in our data sets previously, we saw basically that there were certain variables which were in categorical form. I will take an example of one of the data set which I'm going to use for this particular video or tutorial. So let me open that data set first. Okay, so this is the mall customers data set which I introduced earlier, and here you can see there is one column called gender which has a categorical variable in text or string format, right? And the index of this column is 1 0 1. Okay, and as I told you earlier that in machine learning space, generally we use numerical values, right? So that is because machine learning models are based on mathematical equations. So it would be very problematic if we keep text or categorical variables in the equation. And that's the whole reason we encode categorical variable, that is converting the text, the values in text or string format to numbers. So in this tutorial, I'm going to encode the categorical variables, categorical variable which is gender, okay, into some required form, okay, and basically going to encode it into numerical values, okay, and later on I will be covering the one hot encoding as well. So again, in this tutorial also, I'm going to use machine learning pre-processing library called sklearn.preprocessing, which we used earlier as well, right? So it's a scikit-learn's pre-processing library. So first of all, let's read the mall customer CSV file and create a data frame out of it. Okay, so let me perform that operation. Okay. Okay, so let's type data equals to pd underscore read pd dot read underscore csv, and then the name of the file, which is csv file, which is mall customers dot csv. Okay, let's take a look at this data. Okay, first few rows. So you can see this data here, right? All right. So now, since we have read this file, and for the sake of brevity and following some real-life scenario, I'm going to create the feature matrix X, because obviously later on you would need to segregate the feature matrix with the dependent vector, right? Because in the prediction you need to create the feature matrix as well as the vector dependent vector variable altogether, right? So I will be covering two variables here. One is X and another one is Y. X is the feature matrix which will constitute all the features except, or all the columns except the dependent variable column. And in this case, I will be keeping this spending score as the dependent vector variable. Okay, something which we want to predict. Okay, so Y or the dependent vector is always the one is always the variable which we want to predict, right? So I'm going to keep it as y, and rest all others, so rest all these four values will be combined to a matrix, feature matrix called x. Okay, so let's do it. Let's create those feature matrix first. So x equals to data dot ilog. Okay, and then this I have already explained in the earlier videos. So if you didn't get a chance to look at my previous videos, now is the time you can take a look at it. Okay, then values. So the y will be created like data dot ilog and 4, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, this column. Okay, dot values. Okay, let's run this cell, and once we run this cell, now we will try to basically import the label encoder from the sklearn.preprocessing library. So a label encoder will be the class from preprocessing library. Okay, so from sklearn.preprocessing import label encoder. Okay, and then we will create the object of this class, label encoder class. So let's name that object as label encode. Okay, so label encode equals to label encoder. Fine. So basically what happens is we create this label the class object of this label encoder class, and once we do that, we will then fit we will call the fit method, okay, on this particular feature matrix. So it would be like x, and then the name of the, so we'll include all the rows of column 1. Column 1 is this one, gender. Okay, 0 index, 1 index. Okay, so column 1, and then we will use this LBL encode object. Okay, then we'll call fit transform method on it. Okay, and then x column 1. Okay, so what this line basically mean is that we fitted this labeling code for this second column, which is gender. So if I run this code, then we can see that we will see that the text values will be encoded into numeric values. Okay, so let's run this, and we want to see the values. Perfect. So now you can see here, right, the values of this second column has been encoded to numeric values. So if you see, the male has been encoded to 1, so 1 1, male male, female female female, and then female values has been encoded to 0. Okay, so if you see, first 2 rows contains 1 1, that means male values. I will check this with this. So here you can see that 2 observations are male, which are encoded as 1, and the female are encoded as 0, and you can see the count of the female observation. So it's 1 2 3 4 5 6, and here you can see 6 zeros, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So the female values has been encoded as 0 and the male as 1. But guys, did you see any or did you observe any problem here? Think for 5 seconds, and I will provide. Think for 5 seconds and provide your inputs on this. So awesome if you have guessed it right, and I will definitely explain this. So as I highlighted earlier, machine learning models are based on mathematical equations, And good that we have encoded text values into numeric, and we can use these numeric values into equation. But since 0 is greater than 1 and 1 is greater than 2, so the model will think that the model will think um, kind of that male is higher than male value is higher than female value. This is in a way not right, because these are two different categories and there is no relational order between these two values or two categories, right? So we can't compare saying that male is greater than female. And if in case we have magnitude values like low, medium, high, then we could show order between these values or these variables, because high is greater than medium and medium is greater than low. So in order to cater this kind of problem, we use the method called one-hot encoding, thereby making use of dummy variables. That is, instead of having one gender column, we can have two columns, or we have number of columns equals to number of categories, which is in this case is two categories, male and female. And since we have these two categories in the gender column, so we are going to create two columns, each of them representing individual genders, and then each of these columns will have values either 0 or 1. So for example, let's say if we are in male column, then the value is going to be 1 for gender male and 0 for the 0 if the gender is female. Okay, so let's perform one-hot encoding, and we will use the same library, same sklearn.preprocessing library, but the class in this case would be one-hot encoder. So let's start writing the code for this. Okay. So let me copy this and I will type one-hot encoder here. And now let's create the object of this one-hot encoder class. Okay, so we will name it as one-hot encode. One-hot encoder. Okay, and then one-hot encoder, and then the feature. This is the one of the parameter. So basically, categorical features equals to 1. Okay, and here categorical feature represents the index of the column for which we need to do this one-hot encoding. Okay, since our column was gender, which was the second column, and the index of the gender column is 1, so we have mentioned the one value as 1 here for categorical feature. Now let's transform the features. Okay, the feature matrix. So what we'll do here is, let's first run this. Okay, right, so we will type x equals to, which is our feature matrix, one-hot encode dot fit underscore transform x dot to array. Okay, here we don't need to mention the column name specifically with data frame, because we have already provided the index of the column above, for which one-hot encoding needs to be done. So now let's run this cell. Okay, perfect. So now you can see that the gender column has been split up into 2. So here you can see there were 4 columns. Now here we have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So This one is the customer ID. So here this one was the customer ID, so this third column is the customer ID. Okay, and this is for male, this is for female, this is customer ID. Let me open this. And the age is this one, 192120. You can see here 192120. Customer ID is 1234567 customer ID is 1234567 This is age, and this is spending, this is annual income, 15 15 16 16 17 17. Here you can see that these values, right? Okay, here. So now if you see that this gender column has been split up into two columns. One is this one, which is male, and this one is female. So male is, wherever there is male, it has been one hot encoded as 0. So 0 0, this is male. And if you see male at the 9th row, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, you can see the 0 here as well. So wherever there is male, it is encoded as 0, and wherever there is female, it is encoded as 1. Okay, so here for male 0, then female as 1, and here the female is, this is the female column, right? So female female female, so this one is encoded as 1, female are encoded as 1, and correspondingly the male values are encoded as 0 here. Okay, you can see that very well. So we can see that gender name is replaced by two columns, each representing individual genders. So folks, to conclude, in this video we learned about categorical variables and how to convert these values which are given in text or string format to numerical values from machine learning perspective, as well as we learned about one hot encoding. Now I have one question. So how many times have you encountered a situation where you had more than one independent variables in the same data set for which you thought you need to do one hot encoding? Please share your experiences in the comment section given below. I would be happy and glad to hear your experiences. Okay, and if you are watching this video and you have not already subscribed to our channel, then consider clicking that little subscribe button, and in case you have already subscribed, then click on bell icon to receive the notifications whenever I will release a new video. So thanks for hanging out with us, guys. I will be covering next topic in the upcoming videos, so keep on watching. Thank you.